So about a year and a half ago, I had a bike accident, and I think a lot of things in my life changed in a few different ways. But for about a month, I lost a lot of my physical ability of obviously walking and running and so on. And during that month, and for the last year or so, I've put on a lot more weight than I've ever been used to. So I was my heaviest, and I gained about 7 or 8 kilos of pure fat. My muscle mass went down because I wasn't active or active enough. And I think my perspective of a lot of the physical activity that I used to do and things I used to take for granted, like running and jumping and stuff like that, kind of changed. And I think a year and a half later, I realized that a lot of people struggle with different aspects of staying healthy. And being maybe a coach, a lot of people see us differently, maybe, that we don't struggle like everybody else. So having said that, I thought it would be very interesting to kind of put myself in other people's shoes of trying to achieve something with a very specific goal and a time frame, and see if I can kind of go through that. Because being coaches, it's easy to dictate what you should be doing to clients and members, but it's very different putting yourself in that situation and kind of understanding what people are going through, the daily struggles, how realistic is it. So I wanted to put my money where my mouth is, as they say. And what I wanted to do is, first of all, because I wasn't able to run for a very long time, and throughout my life I've always loved running short distances and longer distances. But since the accident, I kind of stopped doing that, and now it's become maybe very difficult for me to run just because I don't have the stamina or the mental strength to do that. So what I wanted to do is, for the next period of about 30 days, I wanted to challenge myself on a few different levels. The first one is kind of waking up earlier than I'm used to, and making a habit out of that. The second part is actually going for a run and getting back my stamina and hopefully the enjoyment that I get out of running. The other aspect is I want to kind of get into a fitter mentality than what I've previously done. I'm 42 now. I'm fitter than I've ever been in my life. I do things that I never thought I would ever be able to, but there's a small aspect of that. I mean, I've gained more fat than I'm used to. And being a trainer, being somebody that advocates health and wellness, I think that part of it should come part of the parcel with what we're preaching. So I wanted to, for the next month, challenge myself to kind of be able to lose that body fat as well, and have you guys to be accountable for, and kind of putting it out there and being exposed in that sense of trying to achieve certain things. So for the next 30 days or so, I'm gonna start running consistently and doing that. And my ultimate goal is to be able to run a 10K unbroken or without stopping. I want to lose my body fat as well. So my goal is to lose 5 kilos of body fat during that time. Waking up early consistently, even on weekends. That's the other part of it. And the fourth part of everything that I'm doing here, I want to kind of put myself in everybody's shoes that does struggle with whether it's quitting smoking or losing weight or being consistent in the gym, whatever it is that kind of creating those habits. Come to a conclusion at the end and talk about that experience and what I went through. So I'm accountable to you guys. Hopefully I'll be able to get to those goals at the end, and hit those numbers that I'm looking for. And I want to take you along the journey with me to show you what things I'm struggling with as well, and be very honest and open with everybody.